Hi everyone, this is Sunette, and in this video I would like to discuss a question, which is, what problems in my life will be resolved with the implementing of a living income guaranteed. So with this question, a very long list opened up because, for me and the process that I'm walking, a list of both personal and also global problems, opened up in terms of how, let's say, on a personal level, for example, we're always living in such a way where, your main focus and attention is on survival. Day by day you've got stress, in relation to money. Just having a look at simple things such as, for example, transport, and transport costs, food, your basic needs and necessities, and they're not only that, but then things happen with someone's health or one of the animals' health, and then it is doctor bills and vet bills, and it is like, it really costs to live. And with every day, living day by day, it being so uncertain, it creates an immense amount of stress and anxiety, that, I mean, it's interesting in even having a look at my personal process in relation to money and my personal responsibilities, not only to myself, but to so many other people and animals and the environment as well. There's a certain level of stress that it almost become physical, that it almost become natural, that you're always in. And it's not emotional. It is actually the physical had become so conditioned in relation to money and stress, that in itself, then creates consequences on a personal level, because then you have mental fatigue, physical exhaustion, your consequences in your body start showing, over time, over the years, in terms of illness, sickness, and disease. I mean, you can have a look at doing research for yourself, in relation to the havoc that stress and also physical stress can wreak on your mental and physical health. So, even within that, I was looking at actually more wondering, how my state of being and my general physical experience would be if that stress, of survival and money wasn't always like nagging, in the background. Like I find that we've actually got no concept, of how we would experience ourselves as people, in our relationship with ourselves and our own bodies, and so with one another. If money was not, if we didn't have that fear, stress, survivalist relationship to money, but that we knew that the money that we have is taking care of everything and everyone in our lives. This has been my main concern within my entire life, my entire process, which is that, is everyone taken care of? Is everyone living the life that they're able to, to their utmost potential, to do the things that they really enjoy doing, that they like doing, where they find their creativity and expression and utmost potential within? I mean, even with people close to me, I find that many of them are not, they have to 24/7 put their heads down and just work to survive, to live. And even the income that they are making is not enough, because, the unpredictable, the contingencies happen with family, with kids, with animals, with the environment, the house breaking down someplace, somewhere, cars, it's frightening when you really look at the ripple effects that can happen within the unpredictable and the contingencies, and all of those cost money. And if there's one problem then, thus, within this all that I was seeing would be resolved, with the living income guaranteed, is that stress veil will drop. And with that stress veil being dropped, it would be quite extraordinary, to see who I'd be, how I'd experience myself and my body as well, on many levels. I mean, yes, I can simulate, an idea of how it would be, but that's still only an idea. If there's one thing I would like to experience in this lifetime, it's just that, where money is not an issue. Not only for me, but for everyone else in my life as well. Because, I mean, I also personally notice and observe, how people even close to me are like walking or standing or looking, and you relate to that signature of that stress, the burden, the survival. It becomes like this dark cloak, if you will, around people's minds and bodies, and it like hovers and it weighs, and it's like somewhere deep inside there, the being, the potential, the life, the expression's there, but it's like no one has the opportunity to live that, because everyone first has to take care of money. So, it would be fascinating, interesting and intriguing to see, how and what life would be if that one point existed. Everything and everyone was taken care of. We didn't have to worry or stress about money. When there's health issues, we can go and get it sorted with humans and animals. If cars break down, we can go and get it sorted. When things happen, when practical things need to be tended to, we get it done. And then while our lives are stable, and moving, where we can more focus on our relationship with ourselves, with one another, finding ways of expressing our creativity, our utmost potential, and ways of contributing to our society, our community, to one another, to our country, to the earth. It's just like also that whole point of, which I've also seen in a quote recently about, how few children have access to education, and how their minds, might be holding a key to solving some global problems and issues that we're having. Like in their minds could be an invention or an idea, for poverty, starvation, pollution, and all the ways that it's currently existing on Earth. But, that child doesn't have a voice or doesn't have access into this world because of, money. So you can have a look at doing this for yourself as well. Is what I would suggest. It's really what problems in your life will be resolved with the advent of living income guaranteed. And many of us tend to look at it as, a very one-dimensional and tunnel vision, from the perspective of just seeing it as, okay, everyone's going to have money, But that's not the point of living income guaranteed. The point of living income guaranteed is we get our lives grounded, stable, sorted, meaning, where everything is taken care of and cared for, so that we can have an opportunity for personal and collective self-development, and actually stand up and stand together to focus more on the greater global problems and issues that need to be taken care of, that need to be resolved. So it is actually a fundamental change that will happen in your relationship to your life, yourself, and everyone else within it as well. All right, so that's some of the dimensions and points that opened up for me in having a look at this question, and I will, in videos to come, also continue with some more ideas and ways that opened up in terms of the problems that will be resolved with living income guaranteed. All right, thank you very much.